Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Tyler from House of Cards TCG, and today we are live playing in another Dragonriders online Yu-Gi-Oh tournament. I could not jump into this tournament because it is new format, and it is a 16-man dueling book, $5 entry. You get the Lost Art skill drain, or you get $65 if you win. So obviously the Lost Art skill drain now at 3. I definitely wanted this, so I jumped in, and yeah, you weren't supposed to see that last screen, but here we go. Let's dive on in. You can see how we're doing in this tournament. So this was the round of 16. I was playing against one of my friends here, Emptiness. You've probably seen him around. He's on some channels and stuff like that. So Emptiness, he's on, in this duel, he is on the Swordsoul Halq version, which I thought was a really cool build of the deck. And I'm playing the Virtual World Brave, which I think is one of the best decks of this format if you can pilot that deck. So going on in. I'm going to go ahead and win the rock, paper, scissors and decide to go first. So we are going to go ahead and open up Chuchi, Talents, Lulu, Nian, and the Rite of Aramizar. I still don't know how to pronounce this, so I'm going to say Armisia just because that's what I'm used to saying. And then Empty opened up Moyi, Adhara, Emergence, Vessel, and Talents. So really good hands going both sides. Here's why I like the Brave package in Virtual World. So and also make sure to like and subscribe because my deck profile is dropping this week. I think I've fine-tuned it. I think I got it set. So this week I will have my deck profile of this Virtual World build and what I'm going to be running. So Nian is obviously a brick. Not necessarily though because we can summon it and use Lulu. Chuchi obviously is here. But anything that you draw, like Qinglong, Chuchi, Zhanwu, all that stuff, you can now discard with the Brave engine, and it no longer becomes a brick because Rite of Armisia is going to be able to do a lot here. So let's just go ahead and dive on in. No hand traps, so the Talents is dead. I do like Talents this format, and I am going to be putting Talents in my deck for right now until seeing what kind of happens with the hand traps and different things like that. So main phase, I think we're going to go ahead and activate the Rite. That's going to bring out a token, and then that's going to add Faithful Adventurer. We're going to activate Adventurer, and that is going to go ahead and search out the Griffin, and then probably discard Chuchi here. We do. Now we're going to go ahead and activate the Griffin, and then what this allows us to do, and then we should search the Draco back. We forget to search the Draco back. I will say that's one thing that you guys need to remember, and that's something that I have to remember and learn, is that when you normal summon or special summon a monster, while you have Faithful Adventurer up, I don't even think you have to have the token. Let me just make sure. If a monster is normal special summon, you can take one equip spell that mentions and either add it to your hand or equip it. So the Draco back is a free discard fodder, and that's why it pairs so well with Virtual World. So make sure that when you special summon Griffin or you do something else, you go get the Draco back. A lot of times, sometimes depending on my hand, I'll actually bring out token, then I'll normal summon Nian in this instance, right? Activate Adventurer, go get Draco back, to then activate Faithful Adventurer to search Griffin to discard Draco back. If I don't have another discard and I like my hand, you can actually go search out the Draco back prior to getting Griffin, and then that's going to allow you to use Draco back as a discard fodder. So that's just something to keep in mind. Here, there's so much going on sometimes I forgot here, but I'm sure there's going to be plenty of times for me to go ahead and get it. Now we're going to go Lulu, target the Niam. That's going to send the Qinglong, or actually Zhanwu. Grab City. City's going to go ahead and activate. Then we're going to put up the Chuchi. Looking at the grave. So we need to get a Qinglong into grave. But now with this right here, though, we in Zhanwu, let me show you what we can do. It's actually insane. So now we can go ahead and take those, make Coral Dragon. That's right. And then we're going to take the Coral Dragon and the token, and we're going to make Baron. So we give up our token to now make Baron, and Coral Dragon gets us another draw. And really, I mean, we could see a Roshi, we could see a Kirin here, we could see a water. Now we already normal summon, so the Water Girls doesn't really do us much good. We can see a Droplet. There's a lot we can see here. So draw of Coral. Let's see what we grab. Oh, so I do Coral. So I forgot about the Draco back. And before I do the Coral draw, I realized that I never searched the Draco back. So even though I don't have a token, I can still go grab Draco back, and that's going to provide discard fodder. So I don't want to draw the spell. So I say 1 Coral, 2 spell. It actually kind of chain blocked the Coral. Not that at this point they would have already used any hand traps on Lulu and all that. So it's just something to think about. So we grab the Draco back, because Draco back is really only good going second and providing yourself as discard. So going first, it doesn't really do much unless you have a token and you could save it. But Coral's going to go ahead and draw into. That's it. The Kieran. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's so insane. Like this, and we still have an Omni negate with Baron. So now we're going to go ahead and Kieran, target Chuchi, send us Qinglong. Think on third. I don't. I do. I send Gigi because Gigi can now bring back. Like if I go M7 route, I can get Gigi. I haven't used Gigi's effect yet. Insane. Qinglong's now going to go ahead and grab Roshi, and we're going to discard the Draco back. That's right. We were able to continue on. So good. So free. It's so free. Now we're going to go ahead and Roshi, target the Kieran. That's going to go ahead and send another Qinglong. Then we're going to go ahead and bring back out a Lulu. We take the Roshi and we take the Kieran. We're going to overlay those for Beatrice. Beatrice effect is going to go ahead and send, you guessed it, you already know who's getting sent. The Snow. Let's go. This is crazy. I love this deck. Now we take Lulu and we take the Griffin. We make a Qing Ying. And yeah, at this point, all we're missing is a Shin. But we are still going to make Shin. So it's okay. Now we're going to Shan Wu. Shan Wu's going to go ahead and bring back out a Gigi. Now we're going to go ahead and trigger Nian, bring itself back as a tuner. Activate Chuchi. Oh, he's saying discard. I forgot to discard off Shan Wu. There we go. So activate Chuchi. Target doesn't matter. Make one of these a level 6. Nian banished and Juju. And that's our board, ladies and gentlemen. So this is what full combo Virtual World can do right now in my build, in my deck. So you're like, well, okay, well, what do you have? Faithful Adventurer for follow-up. This can search us the Water Enchantress or basic Water Enchantress because we already used Griffin. We got a live Chuchi, a Floodgate, a Omni Negate. This is going to discard on standby. We could literally send anything depending on what we do. You could send Scythe. I don't have Scythe in this deck. I'm still considering it, but you could send Scythe. I'm probably going to send Water Enchantress for follow-up because I'm going to send Water, banish Water, grab right next turn for another level 4 token. And then if anything is banished, we can now banish 2. So, like, this board is insane. Also, because Shin is here, if they droplets you, they can't send, like, they can't go E-Tally droplets, send the E-Tally because it goes to the banished. So they have to send from hand. So they need 1, 2, 3 cards plus droplets, leaving them with 2 cards after they draw. And you still have Chuchi and you have Snow. Like, insane. Insane. What this is crazy. This is all you need. So basically on this, we're going to pass. And he opens up with an E-Telly, which is interesting in the Halq build. What's wild is I think that he actually breaks my board too. So Beatrice, we're going to go ahead and activate Beatrice here. Sending the Water Enchantress. Sometimes I think about playing Scythe for this instance. You would go Chainlink 1 Baron, Chainlink 2 Beatrice. Or you could just do Beatrice and then on res activate Baron and standby. So Beatrice would send Scythe, then Baron would bring out Scythe. But that loses hardcore to a droplet because now you lost your Omni Negate. I guess that still loses to droplet either way. But it's just something to think about. You could play Scythe. I'm not a big fan of this Scythe lock because it is a brick and you're already playing a few bricks in this deck. But anyway, let's see. So Empty is a really, really good player, and he ends up breaking my board, as you're going to see. So he's going to go ahead and activate Hara. I'm interested in watching this replay, seeing if I could have played this more optimally. But he's going to go ahead and normal summon Mo Yi. Mo Yi's going to reveal Emergence. And then I'm going to go ahead and Chuchi pop his Mo Yi and get that out of here. We're going to go ahead and banish it. He's going to bring out the token. So the reason why I wanted to pop the Mo Yi is because Mo Yi is going to resolve. That's going to bring out a token. And now, with the token, they are locked into synchros. So they can't link off at Hara for the monk because now they have a token, and the token is going to prevent them from being able to link because they have to synchro with the token. So now he's going to go ahead and activate Vessel. Vessel's going to send, I would imagine, a Vishuda. It does. And he's going to search in Ashuna. So Vishuda is a problem. I want to save my Omni Negate with Baron. So what I decide to do is I'm going to go ahead and activate Snow. Snow's going to go ahead and banish 7. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and bring her out, activate her effect. We're going to book Adhara here. And then we're going to trigger the Chengying. Chengying is then going to go ahead and banish Vishuddha. And he thought I was banishing the token. Like, nah, you're wrong. You're wrong. Let's get rid of Adhara. So now what we've done is we prevented his Adhara. That's not going to be able to add one of his worm monsters back to his hand. And Vishuddha's not going to get their bounce. Because I'm sure that now they would have bounced Shinshin or they would have bounced the Baron. And we still have a Baron Omni negate. So we're still looking good here. We're in a good position. The talents is unfortunate, but, you know, we're going to be able to play through this. So he's going to go ahead and activate Emergence. Emergence is then going to go ahead and search him out a Long Yuan. Now he can activate Long Yuan, pitching the Ashuna. Ashuna does go to grave here because it was sent from hand. And we're going to go ahead and Baron negate that. Basically, we don't know his last 2 cards, but if Long Yuan resolves, then he could just go for his own Chengying, or he could go for his own Baron. And then that puts us in a really bad position because he could Baron effect to pop our Baron, negate, and then we lose our Baron. So it's like you have to Omni negate this. Otherwise, you're just going to get outed either way. And unfortunately, that was our board. Like I said, it's going to be tough either way. Unfortunately, he has the talents, but talents, he's going to go ahead and I think he takes. Let's see, he does. He takes the snow because he's got the tuner token here. And then he's going to go ahead and link those off, go for Baxia. Baxia is going to go ahead and activate. That's going to shuffle back the Shinshin. And that's because that's a spellcaster. He actually could not do that, so that was a misplay. He actually can't go for Baxia because Baxia requires a non-tuner worm monster, and Snow is a spellcaster. So he actually can't do that. So he doesn't break my board because that was a misplay. Empty. I see you. I see you. But anyway, we're going to continue on. He's going to go ahead and activate E-Telly. E-Telly's going to bring out Ogre. I can't believe I didn't catch that. That's insane. E-Telly's then going to go ahead and bring out Ogre. It's interesting to see E-Telly and Ogre in Sword Soul. So E-Telly's with Ogre. I guess that is a pretty good Yazi line. Because Yazi does not require a non-tuner worm or anything. It's just pure level 7. But he's going to take those, make it a level Link 2. So he's going to go for the Kriston Halqifibrax and the Despot. I'm not sure why it's not loading. So he brings out the Halq. Halq's going to go ahead and bring out the Despot. Then he's going to take those 2, make the Auroradon. Auroradon effect is going to activate, bringing out tokens. And then he's going to go ahead and bring back the Despot. Then he's going to take the Despot and 2 tokens. That's a level 7. And that's going to go ahead and bring out Yazi. Yazi effect is then going to go ahead... We're going through chat right now. I was wondering if I caught that, but Yazi is then going to go ahead and activate. See, Yazi is just a tuner and a non-tuner, whereas Baxia has to have a non-tuner worm monster. So that's where the misplay was. So Yazi is going to go ahead and out my Baron. Yazi is then going to activate. It's going to go ahead and bring out Taiyi. Taiyi, like, none of this should have happened. It's crazy, but Taiyi is going to go ahead and activate. That's going to go ahead and banish the Long Yuan, bring out a token, and then he's going to take the token in the Taiyi. He's going to activate Ashuna, bring out Vishuddha. So Ashuna is going to go ahead and special summon a Tenyi from your deck. He brings out the Vishuddha. And he takes the Oh, yeah, that had to come from deck. It's already banished one. That's right. Yep. And then he takes the Vishuddha. How did he... Oh, because Vishuddha has the effect... So if you can special this card from your hand. If you control a face-up non-effect, you can banish this card from your hand or graveyard, then target one card. So how did he get the Vishuddha in the grave is my question. Oh, he used Auroradon. So Auroradon has an effect that says you contribute up to 3 monsters, then apply one of these effects based on the numbers tributed. So he destroyed my Chuchi with Auroradon by tributing Vishuddha. Now Vishuddha then activates, and that's going to go ahead and bounce my my Chengying. So that's what he does there. And so here I'm just amazed that he actually broke my board. It was pretty good play. You know, misplay or not, it was still an insane play. So now he's got a banish on the field. Taiyi's going to go ahead and send Adhara. Adhara's then going to go ahead and activate, and then that's going to go ahead and add him back the Ashuna. Battle phase, he's going to beat over my Beatrice. I'm not sure why he used the effect. I think that was a misclick there. And then we're going to go ahead and take the hits from the Aurora Dawn, and we're going to pass. So MT did do a good job breaking my board. Not mad at him at all for that, but we do top deck a Roshi. And in our deck, we have a Qinglong. Qinglong's then going to go ahead and be able to get us. So this is what's crazy, right? So the Enchantress and the Qinglong are actually insane follow-up. I always try to have those in my grave, and I'm going to explain to you why. Because right now you're thinking, okay, you got Qinglong. You can go ahead and search something out. And if you have like a Chuchi, which we do, watch how insane this is. This is crazy. Watch this. Ready? Main phase 1, we're going to go ahead and activate Enchantress. That's going to resolve. Like Berserker, all the Berserker does, it doesn't negate it. It just banishes it. So he can use it, but it's already banished. We're going to go ahead and search out a right. So we get the right. Now we're going to go ahead and Qinglong. This is crazy. I'm telling you, this is good. This is crazy. This is like virtual world. This is how you finish games here. Qinglong, go ahead and search out a Lulu, discarding a Roshi. I got ahead of myself here, but I go ahead and activate right, summon out a token, and then I go ahead and discard the Roshi. Now what we do is we normal summon the Lulu, activate Chuchi and Grave up the level of Lulu. You already see where this is going. Lulu and token now make a level 10. Guess who comes back out? Boom, Cheng Ying. Let's go. Cheng Ying with 19 cards banished. That means that this guy right now is at 4,900 and his opponent's monsters are losing. Like, it's crazy. So battle phase, he's got an Ashuna. Like, that's it. We're gonna go ahead and hit over the Berserker. So he takes 3,800 damage. We're going to activate Faithful Adventurer. Faithful Adventurer is now going to go ahead and search us out a Water Enchantress. Water Enchantress then gets discarded off Faithful Adventurer because you have to search and then discard. So now that provided more follow-up into our grave. Like, now, next turn we search another right. That's what we do here. So this searches another right. If we open up any of our monsters, like another Lulu, go for a level 7 Yazi. We could go for another level 10. It's crazy. Crazy what we could do here. And then also next turn this banishes, which triggers this. So it's just more. If we can get through here, we're gonna be able to play. And obviously, like in his grave, he doesn't really have anything going on. So the Ashuna is pretty much dead because it can't be banished. Because then I'm just gonna trigger my Cheng Ying. But he opens up an E-Telly. E-Telly's not bad. I don't know if he plays another target though after that. So he's gonna Aurora Dawn, discarding himself to get rid of the Faithful Adventurer. Then he special summons out the Ashuna, activates E-Telly. All this is fine. Brings out another Ghost Ogre. Then he takes the Ashuna and the Ogre, and I think that makes his own level 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so that is a level 10. I think it brings out a Baron. I wonder why. I wonder why he just doesn't bring out Cheng Ying here. Unless I wonder if most Swordsoul players, there's no way you cut that card. No way you cut that card. So he brings out a Baron, activates Ashuna. Ashuna, I don't know why he did that. So Ashuna brings out the Adhara. Obviously that's why he has Baron now. So he can go ahead. So he brought out Baron so he could banish, and then that's going to provide the negate on my Cheng Ying. But he can't out my Cheng Ying right now. He's trying to get to Vishuddha somehow. I don't see a line where he does. So now he takes the Adhara, makes a monk. Adhara effect is then going to go ahead and activate. That grabs Vishuddha. There he is. So Sovereign's then going to activate. I'm getting rid of the Baron negate. I'm going to go ahead and banish the Faithful Adventurer because Baron does negate and destroy. And you can, this card reads that you can banish one card. If this card was to be destroyed by card effect, you can banish one card from your graveyard instead. So I banish Adventurer to prevent him from being destroyed. Then he activates Vishuddha. Vishuddha basically gets sent to the grave from the hand, and then he banishes it because he controls a non-effect monster to bounce my Cheng Ying. Battle phase, he's going to swing in for 4,000, which is fine. Again, we have right. All we need is to top deck some kind of level 3, and we hit the E-Telly. Yo, it's all crack. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's so good. It's like so good. We've used the Baron negate too. Like, it's just so free in this deck. It's wild. All right, Water Enchantress. Go ahead and search out a right. I'm sorry for the long video. I know we're going on 20 minutes here, but the play was so good, and it just keeps happening. Like, it's wild. Unfortunately, we don't have a Chuchi in the grave, but Right, bring out a token, level 4. E-Telly, bring out another one of our psychics tuners. It's so free in this deck, I'm telling you. Bring out another Lulu. I hope that this provides you with some really good. I might actually change the title of this to Virtual World Testing because the plays are just so good here. Go ahead and Lulu in that. Guess what we're making now? Yazi. Like I'm telling you, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. This is how we out the Baron here. So we're gonna go ahead and Yazi effect. Tokens at 0. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and battle phase. Battle phase. Hit into the monk. That's gonna get rid of monk. Takes the damage. Now we activate Yazi. Yazi's going to go ahead and out Baron and out him. That was a misclick. Out himself. Yazi triggers. Now it's going to go ahead and bring out one of our worms. I think we bring out Juju. Unfortunately, it's in defense. GG. Sorry. GG in defense. This is a level 3 token, so it's not really doing much for them right now. It is a non-effect monster that does concern me, but we were able to out Baron and we outed the monk. And we passed, and he top decks a Talents. Talents isn't doing anything. He's got nothing in his graveyard, so he's got no play here. So all we got to do, basically, he passes. We top deck another GG. All right, so now we're playing GG, target GG. That's going to go ahead and send. We're thinking we send another Qinglong. Bring out the GG. Put this in attack. That's all we can do. We go battle phase, hit the token, get rid of that, take 1,000. We put him on a clock, 1 turn clock. He's got to top deck something. He hits a Destrudo. Interesting. I did not expect Destrudo. He doesn't control a monster though, so he can't even activate it. Okay, main phase 1. He scoops. He scoops. All right. Going into game 2, we're going to go second here. He opens up with a Vessel, Emergence, Nib, Blackout, and Ashuna. And we opened up Insane again. GG, Lulu, Enchantress, Droll, and Lancia. Like, this is the best hand that you could ever imagine. The only thing that's different that I would change is GG for City, Kowloon. Like, other than that, this is, like, insane. You have your Virtual World engine. You have your Brave engine with 2 insane hand traps here. So main phase 1, he goes ahead and summons out the Ashuna, links that off for a Monk. Go ahead and drop Lancia. You don't have to drop Lancia in standby anymore with Desires gone, which is so nice and so free against Swordsoul, because you can wait for them to go for the link play, because this is a level 7, so he could have held off on linking that away, went with Emergence. Like, there's so much he could have done, but now because he linked it away, he was trying to use the effect. Boom, drop the Lancia, wait for him to do that. I do know he plays Talents, so that does make me acceptable, but he's going to go ahead and Vessel. Vessel's going to go ahead and send Vishuda, grab Adhara, drop Droll. Like, that's it. What you going to do? You can't activate. You can special this, but for what? You could drop Nib on me and then Blackout. Like, so set Blackout pass. Yeah, like that's all. So we were able to stop his play. Now we just have to play through a Blackout and a Nib, and then we take this game. So we're going to go ahead and top deck a Chuchi. It's fine. It's just going to be discard. So we go ahead and activate Enchantress, banish it from the hand, search out a right. We're trying to set up an Omni Negate as soon as we can. Activate right, bring out a token. Then we're going to go ahead and bring out Fateful Adventurer. He's going to go ahead and Blackout out both those cards. That's fine. Now we knew, I already assumed that was Blackout, so we basically forced out the Blackout, but now we have our full Virtual World engine to play. The only thing that we have to play through is a Nib. So we're going to go ahead and normal summon GG, Lulu target GG. Then we're going to go ahead and send the Qinglong. Or we send a Zhanwu, grab the City. City then activate Chuchi. There it is. Zhanwu providing us with being able to summon back. Then I think we go for a Stardust here. Stardust. Let's see what we get. My draws with Virtual World are insane. I'm telling you. We just need to see a Kirin or a Roshi. Come on. Come on. Qinglong. That's fine. Qinglong's fine. We're going to go ahead and Zhanwu here. Bring back out the Lulu. Discard our Qinglong, because that is free. He said think. That's only summon 4. That's funny, though. And then he's going to go. Then we're going to go ahead and Qinglong. Search out a Roshi, I would think. Yeah, we did grab Roshi here. And discard a Chuchi. Now we can go ahead and... Do we just try to go for it? Okay, so we Chuchi effect. Up the level of Lulu. Bring out bring out M7 effect. Discard Lulu. He said think on summon. He knows that Roshi's in my hand, so I'm not sure why he's thinking. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way that he actually drops Nib on my M7. There's no way. He does! Oh my gosh. Maybe to stop me from getting GG, stop me from getting Lancia. He was probably, yeah, he had to be concerned about Lancia because that's all he's got, right? He's got Swordsoul Emerges, but that's got to be it there. So he drops the nib. And then we're going to go ahead and keep playing. We're going to Roshi target Chuchi. That's going to go ahead and send a Nian. Yep. Then we're going to go ahead and bring out Roshi. Now we can pretty much play for free here. Bring out GG, trigger the Nian. Nian's going to go ahead and bring itself back out. Then we're going to go ahead and take the Nian and the GG, make a Coral Dragon. Then we're going to go ahead and overlay those for Beatrice, trigger Chuchi, put 2 back, out the Nib. Then we're going to go ahead and Gaia. Yeah, we're just going for a Zeus play here. Zeus, hit the Gaia with 26, go for Zeus. And basically, 4 material Zeus, we know that he doesn't have much going on. We know that basically these cards will be dead if we can stop a non-effect monster from hitting the field. So if he drops at Hara, like and he links it off, we Zeus, and then he can't do anything. So we're going to go ahead and add Lulu at end phase off GG, which I don't think that we normal summon GG, so I don't think we could do that, but it doesn't matter. So 1 for 1 on the misplays there. Adhara is going to go ahead and activate. He's going to summon that. Then I think I allow him to link it off. That's fine. Yep, but right here we just have... Oh, wait, we still have Chuchi, actually. So we can still Chuchi pop this and save an interruption. Goes for the Monk. We Zeused here. We probably should have just Chuchi popped the Monk. That would have been 10 times... I think what I did here, and the reasoning why, was I was trying to play around some kind of like chalice or droplet. So my thinking, this is what I was thinking. If he has droplet, on the Zeus wipe, he can change droplet. I can Chuchi pop the Zeus, and Zeus will still go through. So that's why I went ahead and just activated Zeus. I knew that he didn't have much going on. Like now I had to think about that, but that's exactly why I did it. To play around a chalice and to play around a droplets was the reason why. So I said think of chain because I wanted to see if I wanted to shuffle these back into my deck. And I do, so I'm going to Chuchi. I'm just going to pop the token here, basically. And that's going to shuffle those back into my deck. Keep the engine rolling. Zeus is going to wipe. And now he's going to go ahead and Emergence. Emergence is fine. That's going to go ahead and grab a Tenyi. He's going to go ahead and normal summon Tenyi. And on summon, he tries to activate the effect. And I'm like, no. On summon. Take that Zeus wipe. So leaving him with a blackout and 5,400. Top deck E-Tally. Go ahead and normal summon the Lulu. And then activate E-Telly and GG's. So we ended up taking that one 2-0. That was definitely a really good game. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. For my virtual world players out there, this deck is insane. So I wanted to kind of show that off for you guys a little bit and show you the plays. I hope that you really enjoyed the lines and the plays that I got to do with this deck because I'm still working on it and perfecting it. I think it's really, really, really good. So this has been a good duel. And Empty, can't wait for our rematch in the semis. So, all right, guys, this has been Tyler with House of Cards TCG signing out.